If we want to manage classroom effectively, we need to know how to organize our space and our time. Also, we need to consider how we appear to the students and how we use our most valuable asset, our voice. So, let's get started. Let's learn how to do that. Teacher needs to consider how close or far they should be from their students they're working with. Some students are uncomfortable if their teacher stands or sits close to them. For some, on the other hand, distance is a sign of coldness. But if you know your students, you will know how to manage this situation. Appropriacy is the general way how the teacher sits and stands in the classroom. Again, it depends. It sets the type of relationship we wish to create with our students. You could to sit during the entire class or to walk around the classroom. It's up to you and the way you feel it's appropriate for your students. Movement. Some teachers spend a lot of time in one place, while others move around the classroom constantly. This is up to you. Move when you think it's necessary, but when you're going to do it, don't move too fast or too slow. Have a good rhythm so your students can follow what you're saying and they don't get bored or tired. Awareness. To manage a class successfully, teacher needs to be aware of what students are doing and, if it's possible, how they're feeling. Teachers needs to watch and listen carefully to their students in order to help them accomplish their goals in the classroom and also their personal goals. It's very important to get to know your students, to to fulfill their needs. It's a hard work, but it's something that teachers should do. Now let's move on to using the voice. First, audibility. Teachers need to be audible. We need all students to hear us. The students sitting in front and the students sitting in the back of the classroom. For that, we need to have a good voice projection. We don't need to shout. That is very unpleasant. Variety. It is important for teachers to vary the quality of their voices and the volume when they're speaking, according to the type of lesson and the type of activity. For example, if you're giving out instructions, it's good to have maybe you could use a stronger voice, but if you're just talking with your students, then you don't need to do it so loud. Conservation. We need our voice because we're teachers. So we need to learn how to take care of it. How do we do that? We need to learn how to breathe correctly by just being relaxed. Just keep your shoulders down, breathe from your stomach, and most of all, avoid shouting. But that is so unpleasant and it's very harmful for your voice. Our next topic is organization in the classroom. We have sort of organization that will help teachers to move around or to have a better eye contact with their students and to have a better result during the class. For example, orderly rows. The teacher is here, the students are in rows in front of the teacher. So students can see the teacher and the teacher can see the students. Teacher can maintain eye contact. Teacher can easily walk up and down, making more personal contact with her students and watching what they're doing. It implies teachers working with the whole class. So it's very useful. Some suitable activities with this organization are, like, for example, explaining a grammar point, watching a video or a presentation on the board, or just to say the teacher is in front of the students and she's explaining something out. Let's move on to circle and horse's shoe. So it's a circle or a semicircle. It's good for small groups because you don't have enough space to have all the students in a circle. It's very good because it lowers the barrier between students and teacher. They have they have a better contact, and students feel better and more comfortable in these organizations because they can have eye contact always with their partners. So it makes teaching and learning easier for them, easier for teachers and for students. Separate tables. It's much easier for teacher to work at one table while the others get on with their own work. If you have small groups, teacher can move around the classroom, walking from one table to the other, and teacher could respond to teacher could answer, or teacher could be there for each table and answer their needs or their questions. It's very useful in mixed ability classes, but some of the cons of these organizations are, for example, it makes whole class teaching more difficult. You don't, as teacher, you don't have that eye contact with your students all the time, because you will have some students looking backwards, so it's harder for you. Students may not want to work always with the same colleagues. You can understand that. You don't want to work. Maybe you have a misunderstanding with someone, and that day you really just don't feel to work with him again and again during the whole year. Students want to mingle with the others. They want to get to know each other. So maybe it's not that comfortable for them to be sitting always with the same students over and over again and working with them. For example, if you have mixed ability classes, maybe a twist. Maybe what you can do is not always use the same people, but you could have them go around, mingle. You could change the groups. Now and again, you could change the groups so they will get to know each other and they will get to know all the students in the classroom. So this is pretty much what we had for today. Let's review. We had time and space management, and we had our how to manage your voice in the classroom, and these are very good tips for teachers. We really need these classroom management tips. I don't know what to call them. They're very useful. They're very good for you, because once you have that, your class will be smoother and much more effective for your students. That's all. Thank you for watching. My name is Shakira Huffington, and see you later on.